Alright, hello. Can you hear me? Copyrighted. Okay. Mr. Edogawa's TV classroom. Personas and sociability. Okay. The 6 of 10 lectures explaining the basics of Jungian psychology, the central theme of a persona series. Right.
Mr. Edogawa's TV classroom.
Hello there everyone, it's time for Mr. Edogawa's TV classroom. Everyone loves Jungian psychology, an invitation to the youth that you don't know. This will be our 6th lecture. We're at the halfway point. Today's title is Personas and Sociability. Alright, what kind of guy is this? What type of guy is this archetype, the persona? Deep within our minds lies the collective unconscious shared by all mankind. It is made up of basic archetypes. I want to introduce another of these archetypes to you in this lesson. Last time we discussed the shadow. This time is the persona. The title kind of gave that away, didn't it? He. Now let's begin the lecture. Abracadabra. Alakazam. Persona, the mask. The not so common word persona comes from the Latin word for mask. Okay. Of course, in this day and age, I doubt there are many people who actually use a mask in their day-to-day lives. They're mostly seen as works of art, used as interior decor, and parts of costumes, of course. That's about it. In order to understand the persona archetype, we first need to grasp the idea of how masks were first used. Masks were commonly used in plays, festivals, and religious ceremonies. They were all used to play roles. The persona archetype's name comes from this role-playing aspect. Jung found an archetype that played roles and named it the persona. Masks were also used as costumes. I guess that one use has remained throughout the ages. People play roles. Now, thinking carefully, what exactly is this ability to play a role that the mind has had since birth? Let's think about it. An actor wearing a mask plays his role in order for the play to progress. So in the case of a non-actor, someone playing a role will progress. And here comes a question, alright? I ask thee, what exactly progresses when a person plays a role in everyday life? What exactly progresses when a person plays a role in everyday life? Time. You thought that saying something that sounded scientific would get you through this, didn't you? Oh, yeah, I did. Time moves on, with or without humans, so unfortunately you're wrong, whatever. When a person plays a role in life, society moves forward. Society exists because people don't do what they please. Instead, they split roles among themselves in other words, they are people enacting roles on the world stage. We play the parts of ourselves to make up society. This ability to play a role in society is the persona archetype. The archetype for forming society. The persona is a mask your ego wears. It plays a role in social interaction. It is a mediator between you and others. The human mind is not a standalone piece, but exists as part of a network. I spoke before about how human minds are linked through the collective unconscious. The persona is a prime example of this. Every individual has the persona, which functions when interacting with others in society since birth. So you see, the persona is an archetype that's based on the premise that the human mind is collective. I might be getting technical, but due to this property, the persona is often known as a social archetype. Personas and the young. Now, when I say humans have an innate ability to connect with others, it makes the persona sound epic, but on the other hand, this presents a problem to people, especially you young ones. We're able to smoothly engage in society by using the power of our personas to become someone else, but that also means that society doesn't necessarily need you, so long as there is someone to fill the role you play. The persona then is the denial of the will to live as your true self. It teaches you how to become someone else that isn't you, so that you can survive in society. The persona acts as a mediator between you, your inner self, and the outside world. When young people first enter society, many of them ask themselves, what does it mean to be me? It is where the ego and the persona act in opposition to each other. Just say nothing, keeping quiet, eh? Are you listening or just off in La La Land? This clash between the two happens within your psyche and shapes your life. Let me give you an example of that. You might understand this a little better. How to live with your persona. Say a person wants to contribute to society and lives a life with a persona as an unselfish person. For example, a policeman or a teacher. That's easy enough to imagine, right? That person using the mediator known as his persona starts living a reasonable life, making compromises with society. I'm a teacher, so I should live like this. That man's a police officer, so he's this type of person. If we know a person's role, it makes interacting with him go more smoothly. In this way, your persona helps support your social life by making it easier for others to relate to you. Personas can harm you. The persona seems useful enough, but in that usefulness lies several traps. Donning the mask of the persona also means the suppression of one's own ego. If the mask does not fit you, your mind will weaken and it can have detrimental effects on your health. Wearing a mask that doesn't fit becomes a burden on you. Also, spending too much time in your role can cause you to lose sight of your true self. For example, as our subject dons the mask of a teacher, he begins to act as one outside of school and even at home. This becomes an instant of a person who has been taken over by his persona. So while the persona is useful in life, there's the danger of it weakening your mind or overtaking it altogether. What, like schizophrenia. Master your persona. It's said that the ideal relationship between ego and persona is one where the ego controls the persona. Having multiple personas and using them masterfully leads to a rich life. You should all begin seeking out new personas to take on and live your lives with many choices. Now then, it looks like our time is up. I guess I should remove my mask as a lecturer as well. And that's it for today.